you get a clear idea about how was the ghats built on the bank of the river. Got it, no? So Holkar, Sindhia were the families. They were instrumental in building beautiful temples in India. So if you visit the Indore, you can clearly get the idea that Dhangar pastoral woman became the ruler of the Indore and how she built huge palaces, temple, and the best example is the Maheshwari. So Maheshwari is a sustainable example in India wherein the people, weaver communities and artisans, craftsmen, all they are helping the growth of the Maheshwari. So Maheshwari, if you visit, you can get a clear idea of the Ghat. In Goa, there are few temples. For example, if you visit the temple of Sri Vitthal in Sange Taluka, you can get the idea about a small ghat there. But one of the beautiful ghat construction in Goa, you can see only in the village of Karapur, and it is here. So this is the influence of the Gwalior architecture. Got it, no? So Salubai, who I told you that she got married with the Scindia family and she became the Gajera Rajesh Shinde. And because of her donation, the temple was rebuilt. So this temple, what you see, is not the old temple. Got it, no? So it was renovated several occasions. I have already told you that the temple was built in the year 1392. Got it, no? Then again it was reconstructed by the Hiru Parab Solkar from the Kumarjua area because his boats became missing one, and he came here in the Vitthal temple and told the god that he is in a trouble. So then as per the tradition, after coming here, his boat returned back and then he helped in the construction of the temple. So Hiru Solkar, Parab Solkar donated the money, and then the Dempek group of the company, they were trading almost for 300 to 400 years. The Dempos were involved in the trade and commerce of Goa. So there is one story in the book written by the Palekar. So this book was totally extinct, but this book just 10 years ago, Pratap Singh Rane, the chairman of the Sri Vitthal committee, he published that book, and book is beautiful book, but it written in the old Marathi. You should read it, and in that book you get the story of Dempe family. So Dempe family met various people and asked them the remedy for their ships that were missing. So they somebody told the Bakre family. So Bakre was in Panjim. So he told that my God will going to rescue you from the problem. So all laughed at him. So that time he took the pledge that he will not going to eat the food for 3 days. That within 3 days your boat will come. So as per tradition, the boats that were in a problem got relieved from that area, and boat came to Panjim. So afterward the Dempe family also gave donation to the temple. It is recorded in that book. So we are at the last spot of this area. This is the Ghat, got it, no? And afterward we will visit the temple. We will take the darshan of the Sri Vitthal. There you can see the temple of the Pundalika, that is Pundalik, got it, no? Pundalik temple is there. Then the temple of Siddheshwar is there. Ka Bhairav temple is there, and beautiful temple of the Bhagwati is there. So Bhagwati temple, you can go and see inside it. You can see the beautiful tiles, got it, no? Giving you the information about the socio-cultural life of the Goa. And then you can visit the house of the Sayogita Rani, where you can see the beautiful Kavi art is there. So next time you can come and take the permission and visit, because these are private houses, and another house is of the Ravji Rani house, that is associated with the Pratap Singh Rane family. That house also is ancestral, and it has the museum of the weapons, got it, no? So if you read the books of the houses of Goa, written, published by Gerald Gerald and written by the Hita Pandit. So in that book you can see the how the collection of the weapon was made by the Raoji Rani family and displayed in their house. You know, they were a poacher, hunter, and they killed leopard, they killed tiger. So tiger skins also you can see in that house. So the house is a repository of socio-cultural life of the Goa. And this is the place, and that side is the water treatment plant. So this is the Thorli Nai, which is also called Bhalwat River or Valvanti River. Got it, no? So three names for one river. When it originates at Karnataka in a place called Ambekol, people call this Chorla, no? Chorla has the biggest plateau, one of the biggest plateau, which is very unique, geological wonder, because that plateau is the indication where the Deccan Tract of India ends, and afterward downward you can see the Western Ghats. So you should visit Chorla and see the biggest plateau, which showcases you almost 100 waterfalls. If you count, you will find Mangeli, water going to the Tiwari. Got it, no? Potli Nala, that is from Chigule. Beautiful spots, and whatever waterfall you can see in Sattari, also in Man, Hulan, they are from the plateau of the Chorla. So there are almost 10 plateaus, small plateaus, Chanam Sada, Kurla Sada, Dakta Sada, got it, no? So all is the storehouse of the water, and this river, when it originates at Ambekol, it is called Haltar Nala. So this river then jumps down along with the one more tributary coming from the Sada hamlet of the Chorla, and you can see 147 meter the water tumbled down, and you can see the Vajra Sakla waterfall. Then river comes, and then the another rivulet called Kattika Nala, where I discovered the rock art. Got it, no? Megalithic or Neolithic culture rock art was discovered, wherein I found a dog, bull, zebu, trident, where now you cannot see anything because everything is destroyed. There the Maharashtra government built a Viridi irrigation project. So that river, that rivulet is called Kattika Nala. It joins at Kakandar and become one with the Thorli Nai. And Thorli Nai comes to Goa at a place called Shiroli. It enters Goa, and from Shiroli people call it as a Thorli Nai. So this river then goes in the direction of Tarapur and flows to Pegaon, and at Sarmanas the river joins the main Mandavi river. So Thorli, this Valvanti river takes the water of Pudne river, got it, no? And also the water from the Pudne area. So all this water is collected and joins this river. So this is Valvanti river. Straight away goes in the Sarmas direction. So there is a place called Kare Khazan. Kare Khazan is a Khazan salt tolerant area where people were growing the rice, and it got the name because of the Kajro tree, Kare Khazan. Got it, no? And also because of the salty water was entering into it. So there if you go, no, you can see the beautiful location, the mingling of the Pudne river with the Thorli Nai, and then the river flows down. And you can see in Vajri, there is one village called Vajri, where we got some sculpture of the Jain Bhikshu with the umbrella was found in that area. So all this area tells you the socio-cultural